I've been covering Monsanto since 1998. That has been my job and my baby to get to know this industry and this chemical, the crops, the strategy, the science. That's what I've done for 20 years. And I do think it is nuanced. I think it is messy, as Kevin said. So there are a few things here. The Monsanto papers definitely have been very revelatory about Monsanto's deception. When I talked to the European Parliament, I called it decades of deceit. We see very clearly that the company has not been forthright and transparent about the science, about the risks to human and environmental health, and that they have not been transparent or truthful with regard to their interactions with regulatory agencies in the United States and in Europe. So that's very clearly documented in a number of internal communications, and including how they worked really covertly through third parties to try to discredit the International Agency for Research on Cancer. So, that is important. Now, if you set that aside and you look at glyphosate-based herbicides and the importance to farming and how that plays into the global debate about whether or not they should be banned, there are many things there to consider. So yes, glyphosate-based formulations are shown to be more safe than some other herbicides that have been used in the past. Paraquat, for example, much more harmful immediately to people who are using it if they're exposed wrongly. So yes, it's safer. However, one of the big problems is Monsanto has said for so long it is so safe. You don't need to worry about it. You don't need to take precautions like you do with others. And what we've seen in the evidence is that's not true. You do need to take precautions. You do need to wear protective gear. It does absorb into the skin. It can migrate to the bones. It can cause harmful impacts if you don't protect yourself. So the messaging has been off. Secondarily, the introduction of Roundup Ready crops and the practice of desiccating crops with glyphosate has led to just vast overuse of this chemical. And so what we're seeing now is it doesn't work as well as it used to. So farmers are using more, and we're seeing soil health decimation. We're seeing a loss of biodiversity. We're seeing, this pesticide is so prevalent now, it's documented by U.S. researchers in rainfall. We're leaving residues in our foods. It's found in our urine. So I see this as a problem of stewardship, as well as deceptive science. If glyphosate had been used in a more restrictive manner and people had been warned effectively of the risks, and we weren't, pouring it over entire fields of Roundup Ready crops and desiccating wheat and oats, there might be a different view right now. So I don't know. I don't ever weigh in on ban or not ban. I'm not sure that that's the right conversation at this point. I think we need more responsibility, more accountability, and more truthfulness in our regulatory system and in the policy surrounding these chemicals and these companies.
Yeah, the